My name is Bashir Siddiq. I'm 27 years old and I'm a boxer. Boxing has changed me a lot as a person in terms of having confidence in me, believing in my ability, and I never knew that I was a hard worker until I got into boxing. I realized that I can do a lot of things that I thought I could never do. When I came to Australia, I was about 11 years old. I had to go to an intensive English centre to learn how to speak English, and then after that I went to Mitchell High School, and I started from halfway through year 7. And when I went to that school, obviously I had no friends, didn't know anyone. My English wasn't very well. I was struggling to make friends and be in the cool group. One day at school, playing soccer with my white friends, the bully of the school showed up and was bullying us all, and I chose to stand up and decided to fight him after school. I ended up beating this guy, and it was a Friday. So the next Monday I showed up to school. All of a sudden I'm a very popular kid, a kid that nobody knew. All of a sudden everyone knows. I realized that that was the way I was going to get accepted and be recognized in the school. So I continued to build up my popularity in school, and slowly got into heaps of other fights. And as it went on, I was getting fights. I was getting into fights outside the school with other kids from other schools, and in train stations and shopping malls. And I had built up a street fighter profile in the Black Tent era, and that's when I wanted to pursue fighting as a career. I became obsessed with boxing because I realized that I can help other kids that was getting bullied. They would always come to me, ask for my help, and I was always there helping them out, backing them up. And I realized that I can help others, and it made me feel really good about myself. The fact that I could stand up for others and be the voice for others and help other kids that can't stand for themselves. With boxing, I like the fact that it's a very competitive sport. It requires a lot of hard work and sweat, and I got recognized as a fighter, so I enjoy that, and I love being under the spotlight. Some of my boxing achievements are winning the New South Wales title a couple of times. I won the Australian title at a very young age. I travelled to Philippines and competed in the World Youth Championships. Ended up winning a silver medal there, coming second there. I met Manny Pacquiao there. I then fought for the Golden Glove Championship, winning that. I then made it to Olympics to represent Afghanistan in 2012. And then in 2013 I turned professional. The boxers who inspired me are Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones Jr., Mayweather, Ricky Hatton, Zab Judah. These guys came from absolute from the streets and turned their life around and become something so great and so big that always was always one motivation for me. One of the downfalls in boxing is losing a fight. Because it's a one-on-one sport, it's very difficult being on your own and having no one in your team. It's a one-man game. There's a lot of pressure on one person, and the fact that it's a combat sport, a loss is completely different to as if it was a soccer game. Because when you're losing a soccer game or a cricket game or a rugby game, you lose as a team. You have at least 15-20 guys in your team with your coach and all that, and you're all together. It doesn't impact you as much, but because it's a one-on-one sport, for anything that goes wrong, you're the only person that can blame yourself. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, there's no one else that you can point a finger at except yourself. So you basically blame yourself for anything that goes wrong, and it makes it very difficult. You have to have a lot of mental strength to be able to, lose a fight and then overcome and come back. I've learned the biggest and the best lessons of my life from boxing. The person I've become today, it's all because of taking boxing as a career.